Hi Cancer, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and descendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Cancer, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get power hand there. It's like I'm singing a ballad. To watch all three before... Oh my gosh, so that you get a complete picture of how they speak to you. Before we start, if you are a continued subby, you know I love you for it. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to, I'm just going to leave this one in because it's ridiculous and hilarious. Please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Judgment card. Remember, this is a card of profound change. You've just had that powerful new moon in your sign. So whether this is your sun, moon or ascendant, this new moon in particular packs a punch, right? So this means that in some way, shape or form, there is a fresh start. There is a reset button being pressed, being pushed. So, you know, in a lot of ways, the fact that you have the Judgment card kind of says that whatever you've set into motion, whatever that new moon has set into motion, it's not going to be small. And it's likely not to be quiet, but that doesn't mean it has to be bad. Like when you say that to people, they're like, oh my God, this is not the Tower, right? It's just, it is a card of big changes. It tends to really move us beyond what we know. The other thing with this card, I call it the blast from the past card because it tends to bring someone or something back into our lives for either assimilation of the lesson that they taught us, that situation was a part of for our lives, or as like a bookend, let's say, or it brings it up for reconnection. And I have to say, in all of the years that I've been reading tarot, it's very, very rare that when people, things or situations come back from the past, it's for reconnection. I say that like a lot of people are going to be really upset and triggered that I've said that, and to be quite frank, I really don't care. That's what I've observed over the course of my practice. Outside of that, you know, and sometimes it is that, you know, something or someone comes into our lives so we can assimilate the lesson that we needed to learn. It brings us that final closing energy so that we can push on to what is next. All right, so for your foundation card, you've got the Three of Cups. If that ain't a reunion, a reconnection, a recalibration, a reconciliation, I don't know what is. For some people, it will be a reconnection, but for some people, it will literally just be for assimilation of what is next. This is what I believe really allows us to move forward. It really allows us to close a cycle so that we can push on to what is next. But that is a very powerful motif for something or someone coming back from the past. So it's going to be an interesting week for sure. For your actions and options, what are you doing this week, Cancer? You have the Knight of Cups. So this is you creating your own opportunities. So rather than waiting to be invited to something, it's kind of like you're going to invite yourself, or rather than waiting for somebody to you know, yeah, it kind of feels like that. Like rather than waiting to be invited, you're just going to say, actually, you know what, I'm just going to turn up. And it's not necessarily that you're gate crashing something. It's more a case of you're not waiting to be told that you can do something. You're giving yourself permission this week to excel, to move forward, to do what you want to do what you need to do. For a select few of you as well, maybe there's somebody in your midst, someone that you've been talking to, somebody that you've been connected to, that you're actually saying, you know what, it's time. I'm going to tell this person that I like them, that I'm into them, that I want to spend time with them, that I want to date them. Like, remember, this is a declaration of love sometimes, so this could be a really nice card for you. I actually really like this. I think it could be a great week. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Six of Pentacles. So for some of you, when it comes to work, it looks like there is an old opportunity coming back onto the table. It looks like as well, because remember, the Six of Pentacles is about the transactional nature of money, but it's also about the transactional nature of life. This suggests to me that this week something is coming back for you to get back into. Maybe you're getting a second shot at something, or maybe, just maybe, somebody in a position of power is standing up for you, or is backing you in some way. So for those of you that work for somebody else, you might find that somebody comes to your defense this week. Somebody comes to maybe your rescue if that's what you need. It is the Six of Pentacles, which does suggest as well that you may be playing that protective role like you do, in some way, shape or form. Like maybe you see a colleague or a friend or a peer being sort of mistreated or spoken badly to, and you step in and say, hang on a sec, I can't watch that happening as an outside party, so I can imagine however they're feeling about receiving it, it's not on. Interesting, very interesting. It could be as well that an old opportunity, like I said, is coming up for you. If that is the case, this is likely to be something to do with work that will probably see you changing jobs. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this could literally be somebody putting you on. This could be somebody talking about you, bigging you up, somebody, and it looks like this is happening in a way that you're not necessarily aware of until it hits. So maybe you get an email or a phone call, or somebody contacts you and says, oh look, by the way, you did a reading for my friend. Like, I'm giving myself an example. You gave a reading to my friend and it was absolutely brilliant. We'd like to invite you for ... Or actually, I'd like to book a reading for myself and my whole family. It's happened before, so it's not outside of the realm of possibility. That's an example of how this could play out for you. So, this is nice. Your name could be traveling in circles this week that you aren't aware of until it hits. When it comes to those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, this is going to be about what you do with your time to assist others. And I think for a lot of you, this could be something like volunteering. It might see you getting really honest about what you feel like you're getting out of what you're doing with your time, or not, as the case may be. For your money and materials, you've got the Four of Pentacles. So this is a week to look at the budget and start thinking about ways that you can save more money. But on top of that, it looks like this week, look at this, right? This is a week where you have the potential to earn more money. This is a week where you might be thinking to yourself, okay, you know what? Some of the steps that I have, or some of the plans that I have, it's now time for them to be executed. Whatever you've been sitting on up until this time, it looks like it's time to start enacting it. But that Four of Pentacles sees you being a little bit cautious. The Six of Pentacles is in close proximity, so if you're doing something for charity or somebody's asking you for financial assistance, if you find yourself being resistant to it, check in with your intuition, because maybe you realize, oh, this person's asking me for money and they're saying it's for this, but I don't believe that it is. Call them out on it, and if that is the case, it will be revealed. You've got the Six of Pentacles there, which can be about charity, it can be about loans, helping people, on the material level. But there's something about this that it's almost like you're not budging. All right, so interesting. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your bones in general, so but especially like your knees, your bones, like your skeleton. Look after your physical self this week in that regard. Maybe check out some new supplements, maybe check out a new weightlifting regime, etc. Very good for people that have problems or challenges with the skeleton or the bones, because it forces you to lay down new osteoblasts. Now, I'm not a medical professional. I used to be a massage therapist, so I have like a very slim knowledge of such things, and I've forgotten probably more than I ever learned. So, obviously check in with a healthcare professional. When it comes to your home and environment this week, you are all up in those Cancer feels this week. Like, as we affectionately say, this is, if ever I saw a Cancer cave week, this is the Cancer cave week. This week you might just find, I don't want to venture out. I don't actually want to go and do like all these, weird and wonderful and extravagant things. Maybe you just want to have the best experience that you can at home, and that's fine. That being said, you do have this underneath the Knight of Cups, which suggests that you might be away from home at least one day this week for some reason that you choose. What I will say to you with this as well, for those of you that are celebrating this week, happy damn birthday to you. I truly hope you have an amazing solar return. Remember to fill that day with a little bit of everything that you want this entire next 12 months in the year to have in it. For your love and relations, you got the Ace of Cups. All right, so for those of you that are partnered, married, or in relationships, this is a very fertile energy. In fact, this is a very fertile week. It's all earth and water. So this is extremely fertile. If you already have children and you're thinking, I could do with no more, this would be a week to just obviously, you know, take your precautions seriously. But if you are hoping to conceive or to have children, or, you know, to start a family, this could absolutely be your week, especially with that Ace of Cups there. Beautiful card. When it comes to those of you that are single, I mean, this is lovely, right? If you are planning to surprise somebody or ask somebody out or ask somebody to go on a date, this basically says that you've got the go ahead, you've got the yes. For those of you that are asked out by somebody, this suggests that the relationship really does have some serious potential behind it. This could be a great week for love, a great week for dating, and a great week for you in general. It looks like a very growthful week, but it is full of change, all right? With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.